Hey there, Leo. My crazy cats. If this gets a little loud, turn it down for a hot minute. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, come on in. I'll be giving you your messages for mid-February or mid-January to February of 2026. Come on in. That was a nice little sound bath or whatever. All right, I got a new deck here. I'm kind of excited to use, so come on in. I hope everybody's doing good and enjoying the new year so far. So far, so good, right? I've already called in everybody's spirit team, so just know that. Apology came out. Arrogant, rash actions, and insincere. Something about that in the past. Past to present. We have waves, emotions, worry, and fear, Leo. Very emotional right now, very worried, very blah, blah, blah. Very worried, very fearful of the future, maybe. Don't worry, just go with it. You know, those waves crashing, go with it, right? Okay. Recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. This is crowning you for the next few weeks here. Recharging, slowing down, resting, meditation. Hint, hint, hint. Show me. Clingy. Somebody's clingy. Old exes, dead relationships, and old ways. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Yeah, somebody I feel like is in a very weak position if they're clingy. Antisocial, in your feelings, very emotional, see? Silent treatment, left out. This is how they're feeling too, like they're being left out. Are you closing the door on somebody, or have you already? There's fake apologies here, so be mindful. All right, I'm going to get a little more of the vibe before I get into my tarot. Show me what I need to see. Recovery. Somebody recovered from some fake apology, or that's what it's about. Past to present. Somebody's been healing, I feel, and recovering, or trying to. Okay. Powerful. These waves are powerful. Emotions, worry, fear, right over this. You have the power, I feel. I'm not sure if you're so worried. This could be them, the antisocial, feeling left out person energy, right? 3 more and we can move on to my tarot. Believe. Recharge and believe. I love this. I have this on the back of my business cards. Just believe it. Believe with everything, right? Spirituality, believe what you see. You know, that was one of the hardest lessons I ever had to learn, was to believe what I saw, right? As it happened. I didn't like what I saw, so I didn't want to see it, see? Hold on a minute. Friends, Okay, friends. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. We got clingy, old relationships, dead relationships, old exes, old ways. All right, what do we got for my crazy cats? Look at right off the bat, crazy cat. Now that one's saying somebody's being arrogant and insincere. So I don't know, is that you or not? You can flip and flop your energies each and every time you feel fit. Show me one more. Hi, everybody, tapping in and out. It's good to see you. Happy Saturday. Boy, what a mess. I'm not even sure which one came out first. I think it was this one. Willpower and determination. There you go. Use that willpower, Leo. You have it. You know, pull on it. Draw on it. You're in your feelings. Silent treatment, in your feelings and feeling left out. Kind of telling you not to give in. Okay. I'm going to use my new Rider-Waite deck, one of his hundreds out there. See what they have to say for you here. What's for Leo, Spirit? Somebody's powerful. Or something is. Knight of Cups, recovery. You really care about this person. But this is an apology card. And with the insincere, arrogant card right above this, you know? So I can't make that up. That's right off the bat. Somebody's recovering from that or trying to recover. Temperance reversed. Waves, emotions, worry, and fears right over this. This is very unhealed, impatient, reckless, scattered. I don't like this energy. Something's powerful here. Could that be you? Right? You're really feeling it. 5 of Pentacles down. 7 of Swords down. Oh boy. 5 of Wands. A lot of chaos and confusion. And having that willpower. Now I have the High Priestess. Knight of Pentacles. Got a lot of knights on the table already. Well, 2. Yeah, somebody could be in regret. Feeling guilty. Even hopeless. I don't like that, but that's what I'm getting. Somebody's got to believe. It's right over this. Recharge and heal from this debilitating energy. I feel like it's could be very disabling, right? Like people could have been ostracized, you know, left out. Look, it's snowing hard and they're outside that church, you know? It's very debilitating, you know? Very, maybe that's not the word, very, or maybe it is. I'm not sure, but 7 of Swords down, these old exes and their old toxic ways. I feel like some of you have some new friends, you know, or you're coming into new friends or something that aren't so toxic. But that's the hope, fear, challenge, and homework part of it, right? Being determined through all this chaos and petty bullshit. The fighting, arguing, you know, willpower and determination, right? Use your senses. Somebody knows here. Somebody's the High Priestess. Somebody has some ancient knowledge. Hi there. Hi, you're from Hungary, Budapest. Ah, welcome. Welcome. Okay, so that's interesting. I love to see that stuff where people are in the world. I'm in New England, you know, in New Hampshire. So that's how far away we are from each other. Anywho, Knight of Pentacles here. This is about a message or, you know, planting a seed maybe. Very slowly, I feel this is taking time, but something's very powerful, right? I do feel like some people are worried or in fear with this, you know, this very reckless, imbalanced right? This is the Archangel Michael card. Look at him. He's right there. That's him. Archangel Michael is making magic. But here, they're just unhealed. There's magic in the air, however, I feel. Hold on, I need a bunch of cards. Somebody's recharging. They need to rest, meditate, slow down, heal, sleep. Whatever it is to you, sleeping is very healing. And a lot of people don't get enough sleep. I don't know if that's you or not. Yeah, you love this person, right? It's about a union or a reunion. It's right in the dead center of this reading. But, I feel like this ex, have you met somebody new since then, right? Or something. Or, I don't know, maybe it is about a reunion. Hold on, I got cards down. Oh boy, we got the Tower. Big time, yeah. Something that was built on something that wasn't strong enough to hold it, right? I feel like these ancestors of yours saw something that you may not have known, and they didn't like it. It wasn't built on truth or love or something there. I don't know what that may be for you, but they didn't like it, and they caused this Tower. And sometimes we don't like to see the Tower, right? But we don't always know what's going on behind the scenes. They didn't like what they saw. So it's coming down. This is a very big realization for somebody. Somebody needs to stop the toxicity, the lying, stealing, and cheating, and mental head games, and whatever that may be, right? Yeah. There's this is things coming to a stop after all of the confusion, the chaos, the fighting, right? Things are coming to a stop. Willpower and determination right over this. Antisocial, feeling left out. Too bad, so sad, maybe. I don't know. Does this person need to deal with some things and grow up or take responsibility? I'm not sure what I'm feeling here. Knight of Wands reversed. Somebody's recovering from this. Yeah, this person, somebody's not taking, yeah, this person never did anything, I feel like. For themselves, I mean. Or they never worked on themselves. There was something there. I'm not sure. I also feel like we don't like the messages that we saw because the High Priestess is right in the middle. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. We got almost all the knights on the table. This person is weak. They need to gain strength. And how you gain strength is learning your lessons. And the harder the lesson, the stronger you become. This is the Leo card. So technically, I feel like you are the powerful one here, but it's representing them not being so, and maybe creating even black magic in the past or whatever they were doing because it was dark and it was from a not so good place. So however that matters. What does that say? It's just a usual mess. It's just like it happens all the time or something. 3 of Cups, 5 of Cups down. We have 2 of Cups above this. There is some sort of meeting or celebratory, hopefully celebratory. It might be celebratory for you. I'm feeling like these are your friends here, actually, on one hand. I like that. You have new partnerships. This is crowning you, right? Believe it. Let go, breathe, clear your mind. Yeah. Okay. This one could be, in regret. They could be, in a very, very low vibed place or something. Towers right over it. These realizations. Somebody's very clingy. I don't like puppy dog kind of vibes in people. I don't like clingy vibes. I'm not, I like to see people empowered and happy and doing well. You know, I don't get mad when my friends have some sort of grand success or whatever they may come into. You know, a lot of people get angry or jealous or hold back, or no, I'm like, good for you. Cool. You gotta kind of, I feel like that somehow means something to someone there. Hanged man. Sacrificial energies here. Willpower and determination through this is what's going to be taken, what needs to be taken here. I do feel like you're coming into the enlightenment, however, of it all while you're waiting in some sort of suspension, right? Whatever that is, you're, you know, waiting on a shoe to drop, maybe. I don't know, but you're being enlightened. You're definitely being enlightened. And look, the ancestral curses are over. It's about breaking them. Those burdens were not yours to be carrying to begin with, right? It's about it being over and all those burdens being alleviated, right? I like how I see this new friend thing coming in. I'm feeling a good vibe there for you, Leo. So that's cool, however that may resonate. All right, I'm going to change over to my fantastical kind of tarot. I have an Oz in Wonderland deck. I'm going to keep you on your toes with your trivia and lore. Four Cups, compartmentalizing everything that's happened and processing it, right? Thinking about it deeply, right? Processing what's happened, right? These apologies, these, you know, knight in shining armor type, are they love bombing you, you know, or did they, or I'm not sure, but whatever that is, it's put you in deep thought. You do care, but I don't feel like you want it. It's over, you know, dead relationships, old ways and old exes, right? They need to move on. They need to stop living in the past. They need to heal, is what it is. Yeah, there's no hope there. I hate to say it. This is my favorite card when it's upright. Very, very unhealed again. And look, this is how unhealed they are. Wow. This is people are in a bad spot on this planet. A lot of people are in a bad spot. And the people that are not doing so well are the people that never really took accountability or anything in their lives to begin with, I feel sometimes, most of the time. You know? Something is very powerful over this. These waves are crashing. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Stepping back for a moment and seeing the bigger picture, I think. You know? I feel like these people, you know, could be crying over spilled milk a lot of times. Or are they playing the disabled card? I can't do that. I'm not capable, you know, the debauchery of it all, you know. Believe it. You believe what you believe in. And keep on trucking. They're watching you. Gossiping. Chat, chat, chat. It's also about standing up in your own truth, though, you know, over these energies. This is crowning you. Standing in your truth, standing in what you believe in, and standing strong, you know. The Emperor. Yeah. Power and control. The narcissist. The big grandiose, huge illusion of it all. When that curtain just opens. But then again, trying to take, you know, control over these toxic situations and old ways, you know, trying to move on. Are you trying to swim through the void right now? You know, doing the best you can is what I feel like. You know, your willpower and determination, Leo, is incredible. So use it. Some people will never learn. 8 of Pentacles down. Yeah. And I'll show it to you upright. These people have crafted crap, if at all, right? Very hard lessons to learn, to say the least of it, if they are learning at all. See, narcissists are very egotistical, right? They don't like to take accountability, and they never will, unfortunately. And some of them will never change. And being in a combative mode like this and not learning their lessons and constantly competing and trying to worm their way back or whatever that is to you. I got a bunch of cards here. 8 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles reversed, the Moon reversed, the Devil. I knew, I felt it. 3 of Swords, 6 of Cups. Wow. You don't want to deal with it. I think you let this stuff go a while ago, and they're definitely still being clingy, right? It didn't fulfill you anymore. Those cups were drained, cups of emotion and feeling. You know, you may care in a sense, yeah, but you don't care about how it is, how they are. You know, the High Priestess knows, right? Ancient knowledge. Some of you could be spiritualists. You could be psychic mediums, could be Reiki masters, tarot readers, anything of the kind, a mystic. You could be a mystic, right? Very codependent here. 9 of Pentacles reversed. Sorry, my hair is on my card. Very codependent, you know, coming in the way they come in, you know, something's powerful. This Devil is powerful. This energy is powerful. And look, this here, hope, fear, challenge, and homework, this Devil is looking right at the Tower. They're like, oh my God, what the hell did I do? What am I doing? They need to heal. They need to help themselves, love themselves, and start with the basics, right? Wow, could be bound. These people are bound. You could be bound in the relationship somehow. Maybe it's an ex-husband or an ex-wife or whatever. But the clarity is here. The Moon reversed. The Cheshire Cat is not smiling anymore because they're being seen. These lies and exposures and whatever was hidden, you know. Believe it. I feel like a lot of you are exposing the dark side in them, maybe to help them see. Some of you trying to help them see. Not sure. But there is betrayal here. There is heartache and heartbreak, and somebody's heart was crushed, right? It's about stopping. Things coming to a stop, a halt, kaput. Yeah, some things, some people will never learn, right? I got that right over this. Willpower and determination. These lessons are hard to learn. I get it. But they have to go through this. They have to deal with it. Deal with their own pain, you know, and let it out, right? There's a lot of memories here. You two probably knew each other a long time ago. You might even be running into some old friends. And I have friends right here as well. So that's kind of cool, right? But it's about nostalgia, right? You don't like what you saw. That's why you ended it. It never changed. You were with them for a long time, maybe, and it never went anywhere. I'm not sure how this is. You're all different. Show me what I need to see. Some people could be in poverty, you know, they're not working on themselves. Yeah, it's like they're stuck. They're weak. They're holding on to something that, you know, the past. They got to let it go. See? And when you let it go, then the cowardly lion isn't so cowardly anymore. And at the same time, you, Leo, is there trying to provide for them the whole time. Or not provide, but help them. Or whatever that is. I don't know. Holding on. This is the Wicked Witch's possession. So Yeah, this devil is holding on. This witch is, this dark witch here, you know? Two of Swords. Yeah. Well, we had the Eight of what? Eight of, didn't I have that card? Maybe not. That's weird. Thought I did. I had the Eight of Pentacles. All right. Well, anywho, crossroads decisions here, you know? Look at that muck. Use your senses and do the best you can. No could'ves, would'ves, or should'ves, no regrets. I say this a lot in this card in my readings, and I probably always will. But there is a celebration to be had. Believe it. Just believe it. The High Priestess believes. I'll tell you that. All right, two more. Two more and we can move on. Yeah, Eight of Wands again. Ding, 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 ding. This one's very, yeah, I'll read it that way. These people are in regret. It's not really coming to a stop. We're not sure if we want to close the door completely, or they're not letting you, or is there some kind of, I don't know, is there like a, I feel like some sort of resistance, I guess I could say. But this Eight of Wands here is about fast movement. Look at the train. Things happening swiftly, right? And then if it's reversed, it's coming to a stop. So how that works for you with these people that could be in regret or grief or denial, because the devil's right over it, you know? I don't know, but that's the Hope, Fear, Challenge and homework. Somebody's clingy. They need to get over it and move on. That's really what it comes down to. Hold on. Yeah, I like it. Four of Wands. Happy, happy, joy, joy. You might be seeing a lot of ones right now. Make a wish when you do, right? But yeah, this is like good news. This is happiness. This is joy, celebratory. We have the Three of Cups, and now we have the Four of Wands. So are you going to, I don't know, like an event, some sort of an event, or something? You're waiting, you're in suspension for it, but it's coming. Willpower and determination, Leo, right on. Use it. You guys are great for that. I'm not surprised this came out in this position for you to begin with. You know, Seven of Wands down. Yeah, these people have no defense. They're very weak. They need to fucking smarten up and wake up. You know, that's just how it is. You know, they need to. I don't mean to be hard, but at the same time, that's what it's coming down to. So, you know, I don't know. I'm going to switch it up and give you a Hidden Realms Oracle here. What do you got for Leos? Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders should you need to. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny. Oh boy, that's a narcissistic trait right there. It's a number 9 for those who care. Hold on, I'll read it to you. There we are. It's about discernment, clear vision, and details. Yeah, scrutinizing details. Is somebody micromanaging out there? Maybe. All right. A Ringmaster of Scrutiny is all about the details. Look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. In these details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe. This ally is on your side to point out the deeper meaning of what unfolds in your life. And he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in this perfect moment, observing the minute things lead you to manifest your highest good and greatest desires. Grand gestures are for other times. It's the smallest acts that really count now. The little things count right now. going to give you an eternal crystal. If you don't have one of these crystals, you might want to go to your nearest metaphysical shop, crystal shop, head shop, whatever you got around you. They're in most every town. You know where I'm talking about. Fusite number 17, and it's about healing. I knew it. I'll show it to you in a second here. It's about your heart chakra. Check it out. You might want to carry this on your person in the next couple weeks. You are a natural born healer. You heal with your words, actions, and hands and energy. You can make a difference in other people's lives. Now is a great time to learn about natural remedies, counseling, teaching, medicine, or healing in some form. Remember also that you can also conduct healing work in more subtle ways in your everyday life. You don't need to be a doctor or a nurse to be a healer. You may be a great listener and have a gentle, compassionate energy. I do that and I lose my place. Compassionate energy, which greatly benefits your coworkers, family, or friends. Thank you. Whatever form of healing you do for others is either consciously or unconsciously. Be wary of becoming too drained. Make sure you find balance between giving to others and nurturing yourself. You can express yourself openly and honestly without hurting others. You may need to stand your ground and say no at times in order to honor your true feelings. Fusite is associated with your heart chakra. It's known as the healer's stone, and it has shown up to let you know that you are a healer, but also to let you know that you need to prioritize healing yourself as well. So take some time out and recharge and rest and renew your energy. This card, Leo, whatever we were talking about now, I want you to know this is not just Trump, it's like double Trump. It's the most fortunate card you can get. The best omen in these cards. 7 of diamonds in this deck. This is it. This is like chef's kiss. Yeah, very good fortune. It neutralizes this energy, okay? It neutralizes it. And it increases the value of the lucky ones. Consider this a blessing. Somebody's in very rugged health. They need to heal. I can't even, like, in a big way. Wow, it's just, they're all about this healing thing in this card. I know I'm a healer and all, but that's what this, this person has to, Yeah, it's a long journey. And you're also going on a new adventure. So I like that for you. Yeah, you got a lot to look forward to. All right, that's good to know because we're at the beginning of the year. Look, another good omen. Success in your ventures, the bear. You have 2 out of 4. I love it. After everything that you've endured and been through. I'll take one more of these, please. All right, I think you want me to take that one. Yeah, it's over. But there's a safety net for you or something. Scythe is like, whoosh, cut it right out, right? Very disappointing, but I feel like, for some reason this was meant to happen on your path. You were supposed to learn whatever lessons you were to learn out of this. Everything is for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences. What do you got for us, Grandma? And we'll wrap this up. This is her deck before she died. Hope. This is my star card in this deck. Hope, healing, faith, happiness, stay on your track. We can't really, unfortunately, do or help others. Sometimes they have to help themselves. And, to be cruel, to be kind sometimes is maybe what's needed in this situation. Some of you have a gift, very much so, with the High Priestess card here. Dig it. It could be about a gift as well, given or received, but I feel like a lot of it is the metaphorical like gift that you have. Use your gifts, enhance them, learn about them, you know, or whatever that is. Officer, somebody in the military, or the police, or something of the kind, some sort of officer. Someone in service. Not sure how that is for you, but yeah, thief. They're stealing your energy, right? Psychic vampires or energy vampires, whatever. Be wary. There are thieves about with this toxic, devilish energy. Make your boundaries and restrictions, and you don't let their energy come into your energy, right? You make that compassionate detachment kind of thing and mental note thing. Like you care, but you don't care that much where you're going to take on their energy, right? No. And it's all about someone's home, a house, right? This is German, Italian, I think it's Slovak and English. The house, somebody's home. Somebody may be homeless with that Five of Pentacles down, or they were. But it has to do with the house. So, yeah, and being so sincere, you know, like they have to really question themselves. Do they give a shit about themselves or not? They need to put that time and energy, and, you know, it is what it is. These are your messages, Leo. Be cool, be kind, be patient, and just be a good human. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like, share, and subscribe button. Help a girl out. And I'll see you guys soon for your next messages. Ciao.